Good morning from the Yarn Closet in St. David, Arizona. It's about an hour south of Tucson. Yes, that means almost Mexico. Went from living in Minnesota, almost Canada, to Arizona, almost Mexico. I may have brushed my hair, but it's 9:20 in the morning and you can't believe the stuff we've already done. I'll give a little tour one of these days, but honestly, I just don't have the energy, headspace, anything. We sold our house in Tucson. We bought an acre in St. David with about 20 pecan trees on it. It's a mobile home that's ground set. It's from 1977. There's this addition, 1,000 square foot addition of laundry room, bathroom, some storage rooms, and this large room. So I'm gonna try to show you, but I can't flip the camera, so who knows? Okay, so that's the hallway from the house. That door goes to the garage. That door goes out into the workshop that then goes to a big storage Quonset hut. But I will do a proper little video to post after this. But basically what we have, I'll come up to the doorway. Okay, I'm standing just inside the doorway. We have my son's school desk, because we homeschool. Then in that large corner is my yarn closet. Then over here we have a table, some kids storage. Magnus, be quiet. My daughter's desk for her homeschooling. Would you stop? I know, I'm talking to my phone. Knock it off. You don't get anything. Then over here, where that little fireplace is, the fireplace will be shifted to over here, and we're getting a big Murphy bed box. Okay, so have you seen these? It's a Murphy bed, but it's all folded up in a box. The TV will go on top of it, and then when my parents come to stay, they can pull out their nice queen size bed. Go in the other part of the house. Here, we'll give a little walkthrough. Okay, do you notice what this is? This is the outside wall of the 1977 mobile home. This is my hallway. Come on, Magnus. Come on, Magnus. I'm gonna paint this in lovely Martha Stewart sage green. Come on, Magnus. Come on, Magnus. Go inside. Come on, Magnus, come on. Come on. So that's the outside door of the original mobile home, also known as the kitchen door. People, it's Arizona, you gotta have some fun. We don't get tornadoes. And so that's the new outside door. And this is the little laundry room. It's quite decent size. That's a bathroom. It's quite nice. Okay, I'll show you. So then this is one of the storerooms. Do you get the picture? So we live in an area that is heavily populated with Mormons. My husband's family, half of it is Mormon, not his half. I had some grandparents long ago that were also Mormon. One of the Mormon tenets is that you store provisions for 3 years, and that Mormons also are very generous with each other. If someone's on hard times, they gather around as a community and they really do take care of them. I have an elderly friend who lost her husband less than 2 months after they moved into a 55 plus kind of place up in Phoenix, and they didn't know anyone. And she couldn't figure it out. Eventually she figured out she had all these women coming over every single day. They'd bring just 2 cookies and they'd have coffee with her. Somebody in the morning, somebody in the afternoon. And after a while she figured out, and some people were driving her to doctor's appointments. They just rallied around. And what she realized was it was the Mormon population in the home that rallied around her because she was alone and she was a widow. So we call this the pink room. Do you see why? The carpet is pink. Eventually, I'm going to get white curtains to go all across that section. And then I'm going to put up these curtains here, so there's a little bit of a delineation. But as you can see, I have one of my knitting machines here. I need to test this one out. It might happen today. I could not find the appropriate mast, so we had to jerry-rig one. It's a little short. We'll see how that works. I have the other one here. I'm eventually going to make this one longer and this one shorter. So you can take this from 150 stitches to 200 stitches. And that leaves you a 100 stitch board over here because I think that'll work better with the shorter mast. Do you want to say hello?
Hello, I'm Prue.
And what did we do this morning, Prue?
Walk Sadie and Chip.
Yes, we went on a half-mile walk down our country road. Okay, now you go somewhere else and you let Mommy do her podcast. Sorry about the background noise. That's the, turns out the air conditioner that was in this room doesn't work, so we had to get a different one. And here's a nice thing. We're about 10 degrees cooler than Tucson. We start out about 20 degrees more humid in the morning, end up about 12 to 15 by the end of the day. But people, I got trees. That means shade. And in the wintertime, we're 10 to 15 degrees cooler, and Tucson gets just under half an inch of snow on average per year. Here we get 2 inches of snow. Snow! That means wool, people, wool. I've already given away 5 of those fingerless gloves that I made to a neighbor who brought us homemade bread, homegrown squash and zucchini. We've met and chatted with so many neighbors already and people. We're feeding these turns out there's a stray cat we're feeding, and then we're supplementing one of the neighbor dogs' food. I'm slowly thinning that out because he's not underfed. He's not. Plus we're putting in a fence, so the feeding thing will change a little bit. And they happen to be the neighbors that the people previous to us had some issues with. So, I'm trying to be nice, but I don't want to, I don't know if they actually liked that they were feeding him or not. The people who had been gave us some dog food, so we're going to just keep going. We went out and bought a cheap 50-pound bag of dog food. I'm trying to be the good country person. I've lived in small towns and country life before. But there's some weird dynamics that you got to kind of figure out. Isn't that a crack up how you walk down the hallway and it's the outside wall? I think once I paint it, it'll be fine. So there is a world of long-term projects. My husband, who has a terminal lung disease, has been thrilled. He grew up near here, about 20 minutes away, in the country. We're going to get some chickens. And he just loves all the little projects that he can be doing. He's not napping as much. He'd been napping quite a bit, and we thought it was his lung thing, and now we realize maybe some of it was the depression. Because here, he can go out and work 20 minutes and come in and take a rest. Have a cup of coffee, have a little snack, go back out. So he doesn't feel that kind of depression that he did before. And, honey, if you watch me, don't get mad. I do think you've been a little depressed. We've all been a little depressed since you got your diagnosis. But we have nice neighbors. the community's nice. We go to the water place and it's a 20-minute chat, and it's exciting. It's a difference. Prue is outside like all day long, even if she's just wandering about. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm podcasting.
Yeah, I figured so. That's why I didn't say anything.
Okay. But the knitting has been sporadic. My hands are tired. There is soreness from moving. But here I will show you a couple of the hand knits that I have started. I had to restart these. This is just another pair of fingerless gloves with some Cascade 220. And this is Millville. You can get it from Simple Sock Yarn. What's that website? Simple Sock Yarn, something like that. Millville 220. No, Millville Project. I don't know. It's not fingering weight. It's sport to DK. Okay, so I'm making that pair. Then I'm making a pair over here. You just get to walk with me. This is Stroll. And this is from a machine knitting cone. It's a mix of acrylic and wool. And this I found strewn about the floor this morning. I think one of the cats was out here in the middle of the night playing with it. So once again, it's just another fingerless glove. I'll have to do some fixing. And so I have my nice little chair here that my husband got me a few years ago. And then my mom gave me her old iPad that they didn't use. And I love it because it has a regular slot for speakers and earbuds. And I can sit here and knit. It's a bigger screen. And I can watch The Fat Squirrel. I can watch The Grocery Girls and actually knit while I'm doing it. I don't know what you can see. I just kind of love it. It's just kind of crazy. This is the most crazy, colorful spot. And look right here. See, I have space right here for possibly another table. But it is so great because we can be sitting in our chairs in the living room and the kids can be back here screaming and arguing and fighting because they want to play lightsabers, but it always turns into too much aggression. And it's so nice to be that far away and not be totally underfoot because this is 1,000 square feet more than we had in the last house. And one extra bathroom, which is also nice. And because of the way it's set up, my mom and dad, Kitty, remember Kitty, can come stay and maybe we can podcast. And they can have their own bathroom. That back door can be shut. They can have privacy. Oh, that's Chip. He wants to get out here. I already had to give Chip a bath. Got into something yesterday. So I had to give him a bath in the utility tub. Come on, baby. All right, I'll give you a really quick little peek. Okay, in my other house, I had a gargantuan, beautiful kitchen. I don't now. And that's an okay trade-off. I have this. So I have a little bit of counter space here, taken up by coffee pot. This is the funniest thing. This is a refrigerator only. It's all refrigerator. Isn't that cool? And then we have a little freezer out here. And we also have a big camel freezer in the other storage room. But then on this side, we have a wonderful microwave oven, this little countertop. I love this stove. I love how it's spread out. For blind lady, that's so cool. But like you see, I mean, I don't have counter space. So what my husband and I are going to do, see this wall right here? We're going to take out the shelving section at the top, put in lighting, put in a countertop, lighting and electrical, and then that's going to be our toaster and our coffee pot and like some extra counter space, cutting boards, whatever. We're going to put some short shelves in the back because that'll free up the counter space. And then, do you see that? Not that. Do you see that? Let me get a little bit further away. It's like I own a Casey's General Store or something. I have a roof in my living room. Oh well. But there's really good lighting. There's cozy lighting on this side. There's really good lighting in the kitchen. You know, have a little stool for the kids. I have that. I'm getting a cutting board that sits across this section. Ow. So that it won't be exposed. I can put it over one section. It won't be exposed. Give me a little extra space. And then some storage there. This is where my daughter and I are doing homeschool right now. I mean, it's very open feeling. This is a gas fireplace. It's not, the gas line's turned off. We're going to take that out and put in electric. I'm going to have these taken out, so it'll be a little bit more open. A nice big dining room. You know, oddly enough, it's very, very spacious. So that's where my husband and I sit. It's very, very spacious. See our cute little home sweet home. And the kids' rooms are down here with their bathroom. And do you see that door over there? That's our bedroom and bathroom. And then this is the other part that we like. We have this nice long front porch. We're going to put in a catio right there for my son's bedroom. And that's a door into the garage. You know, the bug zapper. It's quite large. It's quite nice. The front, nobody lives there. Trees, trees, trees. Those are rose bushes. Here, I'll walk this way. Whatever. I might do another video too, but like I have anything to talk about yarn related, I don't. This is more like house tour. So this is the bit of the side yard. And then, oh, so for you people who don't understand ground set, so there's no basement, but it's set on a concrete pad, like houses are built on concrete pads here in Arizona. To go under a wire, hold on. Okay, so this is a small section right behind the house that's fenced in, and we laid the line yesterday way back. If you can see the orange flags, that's how far back an acre goes. So we are going to fence in the whole acre so the dogs can run the whole length, and so we can have space for the chicken run and everything else. But yeah, that's a pecan grove. The guy with the rest of the acreage around here actually still farms it. We basically picked up all of the old pecans we could, a couple pounds from last year's, shelled them. They were fabulous, fabulous. St. David is over an aquifer. That's why it's so green and lush. The water is fabulous. You can drink it out of the tap, which you can't in most places in Arizona. And you can do that because it's coming from the aquifer. It's God's water. My periodontal disease has already improved dramatically. We've been sleeping here for a week. So this is the little Quonset hut that's attached. Major storage for manliness. You know, we already chopped a cord of wood and built the thing and did all that. And then this is probably going to be the garden, because we think it was the garden before. That's the neighbor that we really like who brought the bread. I'm pretty sure that's the neighbor's son's truck, because I can tell. But I mean, isn't this crazy? This is Arizona. I just love it. So we have a very nice little chunk here, and gives the kids space to play and do stuff. Oh yeah. And the feeding of the animal dishes down there. Fluffy the cat comes during the day. She's got mange, we're pretty sure. And Whitey the neighbor's dog comes either early morning or at night, or we're actually just feeding the raccoon that lives in the area. The house right next door to us is a nice couple who live up in Mesa. It's where he grew up and his family. They bought it from his parents or the family. And so they were just down, we met them. So they're not there very often. And then on the other side, we just have a big, see, you got bath already. Look, Chip's getting fluffy again. Fluffy Chipster. Do you want to be on camera too? Okay, say hi to the ladies. And then on the other side, it's basically just a field. Stop. This has gotten so bad since quarantine started back in March. So bad. You want to go outside? You want to go outside? You can go outside. He's like, that's not what I want. But we are trying to break the habit of the excess food. You can go outside. No barking. No barking. So it's just a field. And then kind of across the street next to that empty house is a field with a farmer. And they have cows that come over there and horses, and it's so cool. And we've got some chickens down the way with a rooster, so we hear them. Is that something? I don't know. I'm just tired, people. Tired. And here's the deal. No wonder I was feeling so like everything was on top of me in that other house, because it was. Because we've already really nicely filled in and spread out our stuff, and it's so great to have a sense of space outside and inside. A number of people have been really critical in, well, I'm not visiting you in a 1977 mobile home. Oh, whatever, okay. I didn't really want to visit with you. Nice thing is we have that front porch. We can all socially distance and visit very nicely, but whatever. And you just get to a point, the kids love it. The kids love it. They love what they call the wood house. I love that I can't see the marks on the walls. Yes, there were a bunch of spiders because it hadn't been lived in nearly a year. But they're already gone. I mean, a week and they're already gone. There have been moments throughout this, it's stressful to move. No matter how many times you've done it, I've done it plenty. Um, no matter how comfortable you are with the thing, and I was far more comfortable with what we were doing than our realtor was, because we still haven't closed on this. Our other house closes in September. We're renting prior to our close. And see, that can be done. It's not done often, but it can be done. I mean, the house was empty. They were thrilled to get some people in with kids and a family and start before the homeschool. And homeschooling has gone so well because of it. Connor has been doing everything himself. I helped him with one project. And that's because he's not the best on the computer part of it. He's not the best on typing while he's thinking. So, but he's already taking notes and practicing his handwriting and doing all the things, and he's still getting A's and B's. You know what? And I told him this year, I don't even care if you get some C's. You know, we've got to just put things into perspective. Him being outside is a big deal, and being comfortable enough to be outside. He didn't like being outside until we put up the fence line. And my husband and I will be putting up that fence by ourselves. It's a lot of work. I have driven vehicles. I've driven the RV, the Polaris, and the truck more in the last 5 days than I've driven in the last 12 years. Because legally I can drive on our own property. And it's scary. So the Polaris died in a really weird place yesterday. So we had to tow it, and get it up into the garage so my husband could work on it. He knows what the deal is. He's fine. But that's stressful and exhausting. And yet my kids are like, what are you letting mom do? And dad's attitude is, I'm letting her do everything she possibly can do and feels comfortable doing. And thank God she'll do it, because we're not going to get a fence unless she helps me. And we're able to talk about how, that's what a farm woman does. It's what a country woman does. They do just as much, which I think is a great example for my daughter and the kids in general. It's good. It's just good for all of the little sketchy things, for all of the little non-Pinterest perfectness. What we are getting is more important. When she can go to a physical school again, it's a better school. It's academically better. It's smaller. He may do the same thing if he chooses to, and we can go. We've already been to the park. We've been. It's just fun for the kids. It's more accessible outings, because the outings here are smaller groups. So when you are at the park doing 4th of July, whatever, you are getting socially distanced. Smaller groups. You're not as crowded at the grocery store. There's a hospital, there's a clinic, there's, doctors, there's plenty of stuff close. Plus, Tucson's 45 minutes away. Their dentist is a 45-minute drive. It's not that bad. We have another town, Sierra Vista, same thing, 45 minutes. I don't know. I'm surprised at some of the people's response. I just think it's a fun, different thing, and the only negative thing, really, from my perspective, is that Safeway used to deliver to this address, but isn't currently. But hey, they might do it again. And it's a small town. I'm sure if we really needed that I could find somebody that I could pay to do that for me. I just like the higher level of humidity. It's easier for all of us to breathe. We're all getting more fresh air, we're all being more active, and really, honestly, being able to be active in those smaller chunks is really good for all of us, and that's a blessing. So I hope you guys have found some blessings in your life and that you look with your heart first. And we will see you back here again soon, hopefully with more knitting content.